Hey everybody, welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. I'm Dylan, that's Dan, and today we're going to be talking about Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Episode 5, which, when I realized that we're only on Episode 5 of this show, and also that we are on Episode 5 of this season, kind of like, I don't know, I feel like we were further along, but also not.
Yes. No, I thought we were a lot further along as well, but I think it's just because of how many different shows that we have to watch.
Yeah.
That some of these feel like we're getting farther in them. But it definitely did not feel like episode 5. Hearing you say that just now, I was expecting like 7 or 8.
Right. I was expecting at least 6.
It's gotta be, but we finally got the episode that I called 2 episodes ago.
Sort of.
Sort of.
So I will so for a quick recap of this episode, basically we catch up with what Astra's been up to. She's been kind of slumming it in the Constantine mansion. But also we get to see kind of a reveal of what the actual backbone plot of this season is, which is the creator of the Ava robots is apparently the last human and wants to bring humanity back by creating these hybrid alien creatures, which I think is eventually going to be what Gary is. I think that's the creature that he's creating.
Oh, like Gary was kind of like a test subject?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Some kind of weird time loop thing. Because like the one that he showed on the monitor kind of looked like a proto version of Gary.
Yeah, it definitely looked familiar because at first I had that same thought of, is he about to show Gary on this monitor to show how he was able to do these things?
Probably won't be what happens, but who cares? But the like regular cast of Legends was kind of missing for most of this episode, until it turned into a Disney show. But we'll get there.
It's a Beauty and the Beast, but
so most of it was just focused on Astra. Like we kind of got her episode, which I feel like this show kind of does something every like season where a new character who hasn't been like developed and hasn't like really gotten her place yet is dedicated an entire episode. Like the one that I always remember is I think original Zari's her Groundhog Day episode. Like before that, she wasn't really clicking with the cast. And then that episode kind of where she was just her episode. Yeah, exactly. She was just kind of there, exactly. Yeah. And then like I loved her like from that moment on. And Astra I'm still like on. But Same. But this episode was great. I'll give it that.
Yeah, that it definitely was. I enjoyed it. I thought I was kind of in the same boat with you. I never really had too much interest in Astra. Like Astra to me has always just been a plot device for John Constantine.
Yeah.
I think that's something that everyone can agree on because it's always John going, but Astra, I failed her. This is my entire purpose in life. No, I thought it was good. I will say I thought it was some of the way that she acted, like the naivety of what she was doing seemed very odd to me, considering she was a queen of hell, and yet she's like, oh yes, Crowley, one of the very well-known people in hell that is known for tricking people and stuff like that. He's totally gonna be fine. There were some things like that, but I liked it.
I think that was actually kind of I think that was kind of in line with her character, actually. Her being a little naive. Because I think from the beginning, like her whole shtick, to me at least, is that she's a child playing with power. Like when she was Queen of Hell, she really wasn't. Like the whatever lady, Charlie's sister,
the Fates or something.
Yeah, one of the Fates was actually the one who was pulling all the strings. And
okay, that's fair.
And I think that's a lot, like, that's in line with, like, because the only reason she started to trust Crowley was because Crowley was like, yeah, it's a really easy spell to fix back. And she did that. Crowley kind of let her do that to prove to her that she was in control, but she really wasn't. But, yeah, I liked this episode. I had fun with it. and the so I feel like it happens like halfway through. If you haven't seen the episode, I don't know how you got to this video. But about halfway through the episode, it turns into an animated Disney cartoon, which was just such a joy and a treat. It's really well executed.
It was a classic Legends of Tomorrow moment where you just go, wait, what is happening right now? I'm not against it, but what is happening right now?
It reminded me a lot of the when the like the love god that like Zari got caught up with, and they did a whole musical number with that, and it was like completely, they just genre swapped to a Bollywood film for a second.
Which, for the record, that was I loved that episode and
Great
that
episode.
entire like dance and musical sequence. I thought that was so well done.
Yeah, and this here, like, the main thing that blew me away was how well animated it was, that section for a CW show, not only, and a CW show like Legends, which does not have a large budget, really made me look at Invincible even worse. Anyway, I thought it was a really fun segment. You could see the seams of the animation, like it was a lower frame rate. They were clearly sticking to a budget, but like it looked good. And even like the CG before then, so Astra turns all of the like regular legends when they come back from the forest into the house. He turns them into Beauty and the Beast creatures. And like the CG of them like looked pretty good before they were turned into like Disney cartoon version, and then the cartoon looked great also. So they're doing good stuff with the budget that they're provided.
They're doing great with the budget, but the creativity behind it is just so, because it's also like in no way would I have gone through a script and been like, okay, what if we have the demonic guy turn everyone into Disney characters and have that be a plot device so it explains why she is able to read music, because that was the entire purpose of it becoming a Disney cartoon, was so that she could read the music to do the spell. And it's just like the creativity that goes behind that, it's just so good. Like they're doing such a good job with this show. I fantastic part of that one. I really enjoyed it. I will agree the frame rate was a little off. In a way, this almost felt like someone... It's almost like the studio was like, okay, we don't have much of a budget. Who here has wanted to get into animation that does not mind putting a lot of effort in for not much, just so you can kind of get a chance at it? Because it kind of felt a little like that, because... it was just fantastic. I loved that bit. I loved that entirety. The Sarah Lance part of the show, that was the part I was saying that I kind of called this because I thought it was going to be the last episode, but this was the one that they're going into that. When because I got a question. When she fell out, is she somewhere in space or in a different place in time, or potentially a different...
I believe she's on a planet. I think she's just on a planet somewhere in space.
Because I'm curious who this, like, it's very clear this guy lost his Earth. Like, it's clear something happened there, and I can't tell if
it's
this
our
is...
Earth, is what he was saying.
Exactly, and so I can't, like, this must be in the future after everything that's currently happened, because they're on Earth and everything is fine. So... I couldn't quite tell if this was supposed to be like he left before it was done, if he's from a different universe, or what exactly is going on there.
Yeah. I don't think it's multiversal. I think it is just like, it's just classic Legends, like don't really think about it too much. Like he's probably from a future, because they fell out of the time stream, right? So actually...
You know what? It's got to be the future, because this is the guy that makes the Ava clones, and we already had Rip Hunter go to that timeline to get the clones. So, okay. If that was just something that was odd to me, because I was like, wait a second, did I miss something where the Earth got destroyed?
No, I think that's just like it's more like world building and like kind of retconning a little bit. Like Gary's an alien. Also, like the Ava clones were created by this one dude, and they were created because humanity was destroyed. So I guess the future that we saw the Ava clones, along with the humans, like intermingled, like that was his version of the future. It doesn't really make much sense. I don't know.
Maybe, you know what? I have a feeling the more we talk about this, I feel like I am doing exactly what the writers did not want, and that was someone to analyze their show.
Which, like, I don't know. I feel like that's like, because the Sarah stuff, the actual, like, plot of the episode was the stuff I didn't like. I think it's because we've been kind of talking a little bit about how the season doesn't have a plot. And every time they show what, like, they we're gonna get to the plot with the Sarah and Gary, like, B plot, they're stretching it out, and that's never been more apparent than in this episode, where we finally do get, like, the curtain reveal moment.
Right.
And it still ends on a cliffhanger, and we still don't really know what's going on. And it's not, like, satisfying in any way. Like, I think it is just, like, 100% confirmed at this point that they do not have a plot, so they're just dragging what little they do have, like this one episode plot out for the entire season,
right?
Which is a little frustrating, especially because, you know, I don't know how long it's going to take them to get back to like the full cast dynamic. If they keep doing episodes like this that focus on a specific character or a couple characters and have fun with it, I'm fine with that, but also just ignore the plot completely then. Like, we don't need one. The fact that it was there, like the fact that we were cutting away from the Astra stuff to show the Sarah stuff was like kind of a detriment to this episode, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. The plot so far does not really seem interesting, and I feel like they're leaving too much vague. Like they're making it way too vague. Like it feels like kind of what I believe you're saying of they don't know what they're doing. And they're kind of spreading it out to go, okay, we can kind of do this. We'll touch on it later. We'll go to finding aliens in a minute, and we'll get back to this. We'll have it make sense at the end. Because right now it seems like it's a guy in the future that's now put her in a time loop or something, like, or kind of has like a reset clock, or they're like immortal, or something's going on. But
who knows?
The sad part, I don't care. I don't care about that. Like, I have no interest. Like, nothing about the Sarah Lance portions of this show have made me go, oh, I need to know what's going on next. No, it's me going, so what are the other guys doing? I want to see right. I want to see Nate as a giant wheel of cheese. I would rather see that than Sarah Lance dealing with Ava clones.
Because Sarah's the straight man in this show, right? Like, she's not... She comes from Arrow, which is, like, the grimmest out of all of the CW shows. And, like, especially with her introduction into that show. Like, she's a pretty tortured character. So her alone... Like, you saw it in this... Like, when she, like, just went and snapped Bishop's neck, I was like, ha! Because I'm just not like, of course she would do that, but I'm not used to that in this show.
Like, everyone else is like, don't kill him. No, I'm just going to punch him. And Sarah's just like, all right, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. No one lives here.
Right. Which is like fair. And yeah, she would absolutely do that if she were alone and didn't have like the rest of her cast to, you know, reel her in. But like when it cuts away, like cuts to this, like, this Bishop guy who I really don't care about, and the writers think is way more charming than he actually is. And Sarah, who is just, like, not funny on her own. Like, that between, like, the Disney cartoon that's happening and the other side of the show. It's like, One is what the show is. The other is not interesting.
One of them is what Legends is. The other one seems to be what the CW is. Like, it's almost like they're going, oh, wait, we forgot. We're a CW show. We got to put something in there that I guess is a little serious. Like, let's...
don't need that. Skip it. I think,
you know what? Make Sarah a cartoon. Make them cartoons and just don't explain it. Like, Like, have it almost be it's in the same timeline, so it's changed everything, and for some reason she's just like, what the hell? Oh well.
I guess I'm a cartoon. I'd be very okay with that. But yeah, I don't know. I think I think they're just kind of spinning their wheels until the whole cast gets back together, and there'll probably be another curtain reveal moment where we get like another plot thing, or maybe there won't be. I don't know. There's really not a lot of like missing threads now, because Bishop has revealed his whole like nefarious plot. It's not even really nefarious. He just wants to start humanity over. And he clearly doesn't need to kill people to do it. Like, yeah, he kidnapped everyone against their will, but he took their DNA. Like, if he had just been like, hey, can I have some DNA from your people? I want to start my race over. I'm sure people would be down. Like, I don't know.
I want to make people spider hybrids.
Yeah.
That was
just give them like
creepy.
$500 and tell them to spit in this tube.
Yeah. I'll give you $500. Spit in this cup. Thanks. All right, cool. Be the weirdest transaction, but hey.
Hey, I got $500. I'm not complaining.
Yeah. I have a feeling that this part of the story, the only thing that they can do is probably he's going to do some sort of explanation with Sarah, and then Rory's going to show up.
Yeah.
Like, I have a feeling that's going to... Because he wasn't in this episode at all, because he's with Lady Alien going to look for Sarah right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the only one with her on the ship still. Everyone else is at the Constantine house. But I didn't even think about that. Like, why does Bishop even need Sarah anymore? I'm pretty sure he's just keeping her there for fun.
I think it's the fact that she's immortal because of the Lazarus Pit. I have a feeling that like something to do with the Lazarus Pit is some sort of key to like the longevity of his new species, or something like that is kind of the way it seems, because he keeps calling her the immortal woman. Like he keeps referencing the fact that she cannot die. So I have a feeling it's got to have something related to that.
I can see that.
There's clearly some relationship there that they're trying to keep vague, and they're almost keeping it too vague.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is it's been like that's because what I was saying at the top is like this is episode 5, but it kind of feels like episode 10. Because like we're this far in, what feels like this far, like it's only episode 5, but because they've been dragging this plot out for so long, it feels like we're much deeper into this season, even though we aren't. So they just need to either pick up the pace on this plot and do like a full episode dedicated to it, like we've been asking for like since episode 2.
Since she landed on the planet.
Yeah, exactly. Like since it started, and we were like, what's going on? They'll figure it out soon, and then they just haven't. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Sarah plot aside, the Astra stuff, at first I will say it was kind of like, are we really doing this? But at the end, they won me over. Legends pulled the Legends and made me go, wow, something I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy, I ended up loving. So, who knows?
Legends in a nutshell.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up doing that with the Sarah plot as well. And at the end, I'll be like, oh, okay, now I like it. Now it seems to work. But we'll see if that hopefully happens eventually. So.
Yep. Well, this has been Absolutely Marvel in DC. Stay tuned next week for more Legends talk. I think this one's back it took a break last week.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and guess or assume, because...
Click the notification bell, and then you'll know exactly when new episodes come out. Exactly. I'm Dylan, that's Dan. See y'all next week.
See you guys.